Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and today I want to pick up where I left off with why I'm not a fan of the deadlift and some solutions, exercises that can train the same muscle groups and hopefully in a much safer way. Now, first of all, you can get injured doing any exercise, right? I mean, people tear their biceps doing a bicep curl, they tear their pecs doing a bench press, for sure. But the deadlift particularly is of interest to me because I do have 3 discs that were ruptured, torn, and then now have become desiccated, and they are actually in the process of sort of fusing themselves. So, and I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that I did it doing deadlifts. Absolutely. Well, people could argue, well, you didn't have good form, and I talked about this in the first installment or first video of this, and I've not seen many people have perfect form when they're deadlifting 90% of their 1RM and above. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Even the best deadlifters in the world, their hips fly up, at least to a degree. Of course, your biomechanics and center of mass and all those things come into play. But at minimum, the deadlift exposes you to potential disc herniation or excess forces across the disc. There's numbers of bodybuilders that have had and suffered major back injuries from disc herniations needing fusions, and then often that is not a good process to get started in surgery. Again, I'm not a physician, nor am I a neurosurgeon, but the fact is the deadlift to me is a very risky exercise to be lifting very, very heavy on. Okay, so with that out of the way, again, you want to argue, you want to say that you think the deadlift's the best exercise. I'm going to agree with you. It works the whole posterior side, works the lats, the traps, hamstrings, glutes. It really works the whole posterior side of the body. Absolutely. I would agree with you on that. It's just, to me, the risk of injury is much higher, especially as you get stronger and stronger. So what's the solution to work those same muscle groups? Well, to work the upper back and trapezius regions, you can do pull-ups, pull-downs, dumbbell rows, a row machine, shrugs for the traps, posterior delt raises for the posterior deltoid, and then for the middle trapezius, rows. For the lower body posterior side, you could do a back extension or a glute ham raise. The hamstring curl also works your hamstrings. So we're sort of piecing things together by doing that, and I get that when we're doing the deadlift, you know, we're really training everything to a degree at once. Again, it's just my mission here, my purpose is to make sure you can train injury free over time. And listen, you can ask my wife. She actually had to somehow get me in the house after I had the final injury I had deadlifting, and it was a severe injury. And so anyway, I really want to teach. I don't want anyone to suffer those things. So who could deadlift and who should deadlift? Elite power lifters, right? Elite Olympic lifters are going to have to deadlift, do power cleans, and those sort of things, right? The specific adaptations to impose demands principle or theory is that you have to train specifically for the purpose in which you want to improve, okay? But general populations, even bodybuilders, physique athletes, I mean, if you get hurt and you're a physique athlete, you may be out a month or two or the whole year. Athletes in sports, again, you damage a disc, or slightly injured, or even just injure some of the muscles or tendons in the back. You could be setting yourself back. So I do like the glute ham raise or the back extension exercise. That really trains the erector spinae. You could erector spinae muscles and those muscles that line the spine and hold the body upright. If you can get to the point where you can hold half your body weight in your hands and do back extensions, I think that posterior side is going to be pretty strong. So, again, my purpose here is to make sure you're healthy and safe, and you can train for months and years and be productive. If you're an elite athlete, listen, there's no reason to get yourself injured in the weight room, okay? You need to follow the principles of your sport. You need to train specifically in the bioenergetic pathways for your sport. If you're a power athlete, you need to get more powerful for sure. But there's no reason to do risky exercises. So I can see that the first video I did has got a lot of traction. So I thought I would do an amended, or not an amended, but a new video of this. And I'm sure it's going to perhaps make more inroads into the face or the YouTube stratosphere. But yeah, for sure, I would, again, my purpose here is to educate you and empower you to strength train and be productive. And the back extension was certainly, or the deadlift, it was detrimental to my body and when I was competing, and honestly it did not help me in my competition aspirations at all. If anything, it set me back because I was injured for a number of years. I'm thankful that I've been able to pretty well recover from it. There's certain things that I can't do well. Certainly couldn't deadlift from the floor, but anyway, the risk reward ratio for the deadlift to me is not weighed heavily in the reward aspect. Okay, so I mean, if you can deadlift and go very, very light and keep your form perfect, there may be an argument to doing that. But what I'm talking about is deadlifting, where you're deadlifting, very heavy loads. Actually, the last time I tore the disc, I guess the final tear on one of the discs, I actually only had 225 on the bar. Again, I weighed anywhere from 210 to 240, depending on where I was at in my training. So that really was not that heavy. So anyway, why I'm not a fan of the deadlift, there you have it. If you have comments, questions, leave them below. Talk to you soon.